Okay, so this is going to be the first Kaiju number 8, the game video that I'm releasing after the game's out. I'm doing this live. Basically, in this video, what we're going to be talking about is how to reroll and what to reroll for. Now, I have all the units and, you know, I've read all the kits. Of course, you can't like only read the kits and make full assumptions off of that. But basically, I'm going to give my full thoughts on this. Of course, this is very early, so at the same time, take it with a grain of salt. But I think that in general, this is the overall consensus most people have come to in the like 2.5 hours that the game's been out. Obviously, things can change, and we have to keep in mind some units might be way better when we get our hands on the full gear system and all that. So keep that in mind. For example, some unit that's ass might become really good if they could get like extra turns or like the damage is meant specifically for them. We don't know yet. Now, we're going to start with how to reroll, and then we're going to go into who to reroll for, check timestamps to see everything. So we got this. Let me put this on the display capture, and here we go. It's very, very comprehensive. And yeah, so you tap top right, okay, right here. Then you go to the 3 lines, okay? You go to the 3 lines, you go to title, all right? You go back to title. It's going to bring you to title. From here, you're going to see all the people there, right? And now, we stare at his ass, and then you go to menu, and then delete account. Now, you can only delete for 7 days, or like the account can only be deleted in the first 7 days. So make sure you settle, okay? After that, you're going to press OK, agree and delete, and then you're back. From what I've been told, some people have done it as quick as 5 minutes if you keep on skipping everything, and some people do it in 10. So it's going to take 5 to 10 minutes, should not take longer. Didn't really take me longer either to get there. And then you're back. You're back, and then you're able to play again. And then you start, right? I'm not going to go through all that. I was given this recording, so thank you. And yeah, that's literally it. Now, I think there's some type of errors, like it says there's like an account transfer thingy. I don't know if there should be errors with deleting it. Now, just keep in mind, after that you have kind of found your account, we're going to talk about what to get. After you found your account, you could account link here with Google or Apple. Maybe on Android it's different. Maybe it has something else, like, I don't know. But most likely Google is going to be the best because Google is also going to be able to link whenever PC comes out, which, yes, crazy, I know, but there's no PC right now. I don't get it. Even emulators don't work. So it is what it is. So now that we're done with how to reroll, which I would like to say is very just obvious, let's talk about who to reroll for. So keep in mind, we're going to make this clear right off the bat. I've talked about it before. There's a free 5-star that you could select, right? Whenever you want. Wait a couple days. Why am I saying that? Main reason is because of the rates, right? The rates are insanely good. 3% for 5-star character and 5% for 5-star weapon. Like, wow, it's so good, it's so good, it's so good. 8% total for 5-star. So this means you have a good chance of whoever you pick to get in the next couple days. So I would wait 1 to 3 days. Most likely on the upper end of 3 days to actually choose your 5-star unless you're a paid player. The only reason I used it is because I chose it for the last character. The last character I needed was Isao. So if you somehow get very lucky as a free-to-play, it could very well happen because the rates are so good that you could get all of them. You want to wait for the last person if you're like more of a low spender, or you could just wait to get the last unit that I'm going to recommend in this video. So number 1, obviously, you're going to want to get Reno. Right now, he's essentially like the best character in the game in terms of a DPS. Also, his weapon is going to be a decently high priority, but not something you need, right? I got another one, it's true. At the same time, like there's some other probably good ones. I haven't really checked through them, if I'm going to be honest. This one is not bad because his combat damage is actually quite high. And this one also should be good. So keep that in mind. If you get the weapon, that's great. If not, nothing, like no harm, no foul. Now, he has low skill 1 damage, but that's made up because he has a follow-up attack that's very strong and makes up for it, and he does it a lot. Now, skill 2 is going to be good. His ult's going to be good. It's going to freeze, or has a chance to freeze, and going to do some extra kind of mini DLT to what I'm understanding. So his damage is going to be very good, but this is the bread and butter. When you get him to level 40, he's going to be able to have a chance to get SP back. So this is why you really want him. Very high damage, but also is going to basically be able to regenerate SP for himself while still being able to use this godly combat skill. So this is number 1 priority in my opinion, and he's the rate up. You have a 1% chance, 250 pity. I really don't think you should even go to pity. The goal is probably for you to reroll until you get him, right? Now, after that, there's 3 main standard units. Now, like I said, the selector for the 5-star, that selector, in my opinion, you're gonna wait in 2 things. Either if you're like really trying to get everyone, wait for the last couple units, or you're going to wait for the last of the 3 that I mentioned. So personally, the 3 that I think are the best for you guys to actually get, I'm going to give my reasons, are going to be Kaiju, are going to be Kikoru, and then Mina. However, besides that, the 2 afterwards are, or the one after is going to be Narumi and then Hoshina. I think the 2 lowest priorities probably Isao and Shinonome. I'm going to talk about that in a separate video. I really want to focus on the things that I think are good. Kaiju is going to be very good for grinding, but also DPS wise very good. Very high multipliers. Now people are like, oh, no gear, no weapon. The one thing is they actually he has higher stats, right? So if you see here, like let me actually compare to Reno with a weapon, level 1, but still Kaiju's stats are still higher, right? 100 higher attack, 100 higher HP. So yes, he cannot equip gear or weapons, but his base stats are higher. So keep that in mind, that it's not going to be as much of a problem. Now, to be fair, it could become a problem later, but right now he's a very good tank, very good DPS for grinding, and still going to be good for bosses. So he kind of does it all, because he's able to one-tap minions, and then also does very, very good damage while taunting, and having very good buffs for himself, and also very speedy. So I think Kaiju number 8, like even the developer said, like the lead developer said that like KJ8 is going to be just like a very good all-around pick, and I agree. Now, like I said, afterwards is Shinomiya. Got ahead of myself. Basically, she is going to be good because she has a debuff that's going to be good for the whole team. So she works kind of as a sub DPS while having an adjacent attack. So that's also going to be very strong. That means you attack 2 units, and then she has very good buffs, right? So she gets attack and crit damage, and this is going to work very well with some other units. Now, real quick, before I kind of forget. Actually, yeah, before I forget, there's 2 4-stars that I think are like higher priority that you're going to want, probably one of the 2. So Hoshina is very good because he's going to give some damage buffs and all that, right? So he's going to give damage buffs, speed buffs, and then also with dupes, for example, here, crit rate, huge. That's going to be really big for Reno. And then follow-up, really big for Reno. And then also, if I could remember, pretty sure it's, nope, yeah, I had it right the first time. It's Ikaruga. He's going to give the alt charge rate and then damage and speed. So these are the 2 4-stars that you're going to want to try and have on your account. Pretty sure you also get Minase for free. So those are like the manga style looks really good on her also. Just want to say. So like we said, first 5-star that you like kind of want to get, or second I should say, Shinomiya and Kaiju number 8 are in the top priority, and then Mina. Now why Mina? Good multipliers, basically. Good damage reduction, should be very good for later. Main thing is that she's good against bosses. So she has against giant class Kaiju, 19.2% damage increase, and also pretty much guaranteed crit when her stacks max out. So for me personally, she's going to be a very, very good pick for you to actually have against bosses. So for later game, I think she's more of a late game pick, but those are the 3 top ones. So basically, the like ultimate reroll is going to be having Reno with Kaiju number 8, Kikoru, and then Mina. However, like I said, Gen and also Hoshina are good. Hoshina, thing is, he's more of a quality of life where you don't need him, but he's going to make grinding easier if you want, but it's kind of overlapping a bit with Kaiju because he one-taps where he's doing AoE. The thing is, he's also being a tank and also doing very good single target damage where Hoshina is a bit less. So to me, Hoshina is more of a quality of life unit. You're going to do more attacks, but for right now, I think you're better sticking off with like just having the 4-star, and if you get him later, he might be good for some AoE stages. Also the slash is like, I think, is there someone else that I mentioned with slash? Yes, this is Kikoru actually. So that's one of the things. Now Narumi actually is huge because why I think Narumi is also in the like second lower grade is because he does both slash and also shot, which means both of those attacks are going to be doing that double damage and also having double chance to kind of get that break, right? So it's going to be very, very good to have both. So he's going to be good for that double type advantage. And he seems to be very good to do a lot of attacks, have a good amount of speed. And I think there's some gear sets that might give speed, hopefully. So he's going to be a very good pick, right? So basically on top is Reno. And then afterwards, it's going to be Kaiju number 8. It's going to be Kikoru. And then it's going to be Mina. And then that last tier that I think if you get, you should be happy about is going to be Narumi and Hoshina, more for quality of life. And of course, like I said, the 2 4-stars that I'm really recommending right now are going to be Hoshina and also Ryo Ikaruga. Those are the 2 that I think, and that kind of encapsulates the units you're really going to want to target. So like I said, between the top 3 5-stars that I did mention, it's really going to be about kind of just getting 2 of them if you can, and then afterward, or getting 1 even, and then afterwards choosing the 5-star in the next couple days as you continue getting more multis, because you're going to get multis very quick, and that's something honestly very very good. So just keep that in mind. I really like Shinonome is kind of okay, but she kind of screams mediocre, and like the more I see Isao, he's more late game. He could definitely be good, but there's a lot of other supports that seem to like kind of not do exactly what he does. I think Isao is still very good. It's just that, you know, maybe like they do it as a 4-star, so keep that in mind. Now for weapons, obviously like the 5-stars you get are going to kind of want their weapons, but it's kind of something you could do over time. Also weapons have such a high 5-star rate that I'm like, you don't even really need to like kind of chase them. Also for this reason, unless you like get 1 of each besides the 5 stars you have, they kind of let you do something to where if you go into storage and you go into weapons, you could disassemble, and you could disassemble these. Let me just show you. So if you disassemble a 5-star, you get 1 purple kind of crystal. Now that crystal, if you go to the gacha and go to the weapon exchange, you could actually get 1 of these per month for the dupes, right? So if you get a dupe, you could trade it in for another weapon. So I don't think you need to get too crazy about weapons. It should be very simple, especially with the 5-star rates. Like, let's just check. I just want to check. Like on the standard banner for every 5-star weapon, what's the rate? Like the rate for every 5-star is 0.4. Like it's pretty good. How does that make up 5%, by the way? Am I tweaking? Is it lower on standard banner or something? 5%, is that really 5%? Really? I might be tweaking, but yeah, like the rate is very high for the weapons. So, you know, you get the 5-star weapons. I don't think there's a need to chase. Also very good for Kaiju. The best thing about Kaiju, I think, is that he doesn't need a weapon. That's like honestly a bonus because you don't have to get a 5-star weapon for him. So it's like you're really only focusing on maybe getting weapons for Kikoru, and hers is going to give slash damage and more attack, and then more damage. So, you know, is that a debuff? No, I think that's just a buff. Yeah, this is the buff. So hers gonna be like pretty good damages. And Mina, I don't think I have her 5-star. Yeah, I don't have the 5-star, but I just feel like the 5-star weapons so far have been pretty good. Reynolds is insane. Crit rate, getting extra ult charge is going to be really big for him. And also the extra ice damage. I think Reynolds is just an insane unit. Also very good design. Very, very good design. So yeah, that's going to be it. Hope this makes sense. Renault is obviously the top pick. He's the rate up, so that's good. Then there's 3 lower picks. Then there's 2 lower than that. And then, of course, 2 4-stars being Hoshina and Ryoi Karuga. So that's going to be it. Like the video. Subscribe for more Kaiju No.8 content. I'm going to be making a lot. Thank you guys for watching. I hope this game is good. I'm still only like 2 hours in. But essentially, like, we could distinguish like which units are better. It's kind of obvious. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching. Have a good one. Bye-bye.